It is time to make a sound to summon the stream. Wah, 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 wah. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard and welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Last time, we successfully beat the Nuzlocke. And today, I just want to experience the Delta episode. I've only seen this content once in my life, years ago when I actually had, Omega Ruby on a 3DS, shortly before my 3DS broke. And I'm just here to experience that content again. The challenges are over. We're not following any of the Nuzlocke rules. We're not following any of the Nuzlocke restrictions. I'm just here to enjoy the content again, and that is it. So it's going to be nice, relaxing, kind of chill stream. We're going to keep our Elite Four victorious Pokemon up there on the screen. And let's get right into this. And we had to go from the title screen because we actually go straight into story content, I believe. XX. The XXth day of the XXth month. Pokemon has a very confusing calendar. Moss Deep Space Center, Celestial Observatory. So, although we're not doing any of the Nuzlocke stuff today, nothing that we might catch is going to be locked out for the next run. Next week, we will be starting on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and that will be a continuation of the Nuzlocke Marathon. So, I'm actually really excited for that. Should be fun. I have come up with the system that we are going to use in regards to the Grand Underground, and it'll probably be until the second stream of Brilliant Diamond that we actually get into that. So today we just get to focus on this. Professor Cosmo, it's a disaster! The meteoroid's trajectory, it suddenly changed direction. Now it's on a collision course with our planet. What? Recheck the data. Update the course calculations and confirm the new trajectory. Target locked on. Confirming the meteoroid's new expected trajectory now. According to the numbers, it should make impact somewhere southwest of Setopolis, on a small island off Route 131. But changing trajectories mid-flight. It's almost like it's alive. But Professor, what should we do? What do we do? Calm yourself, man. Yes, sir. So it's come to this. That all sounds fine. Looks like I won't be needing this. Here! Hell yeah! It's our girl! Phew! That's so much better. Oh, I feel so free. That uniform got pretty stinky after a while. And all sweaty, too. Merm. Oh, my adorable little Aster. Are you happy to see me looking like myself again? Oh, you're just so too damn cute. Like always. Phew. There's not much time left for us. It'll only be a matter of weeks. No, days. Things have gotten a bit tricky now since that kid managed to stop one of the super ancient Pokemon from being revived like it should have been. Not that it's really a big deal. I've already thought of a new plan. If I just tweak a bit with that keystone, one with plenty of that built up, I swear I'll protect you, Aster. How is this girl didn't lose her hearing after living with a Whismer this long? Because she's freaking awesome. My God. Dad came home. Impossible! Why, if it isn't Nino? It's been some time since I last saw you, but you look somehow stronger. That's the impression I get. But your old man hasn't given up yet. Oh, and before I forget, I was thinking of giving these to you. Pair of tickets. They're tickets to the Star Show that's being held at the Moss Deep Space Center. I was really planning to go with your mom, but... it looks like I gotta rush back to the gym in Petalburg. No, you know, it is a pair of tickets. Why don't you invite that little cutie May from next door to come along? Dad shows up, refuses to spend time with Mom, tries to hook me up with a girl, and bolts. Now I'd better be heading back to the gym. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away, dear. Of course, dear. You have a safe trip. Oh, that dad of yours comes home for the first time in ages, and all he talks about is Pokemon. Why can't he ever just let go and relax? And tomorrow, the long-awaited Star Show will finally begin. We've got all the latest news and updates. Oh? Well, and just like that. Look at this, Nino. Oh, at last, the Leonid meteor shower returns to illuminate Hoenn's night sky. The Star Show, held at the Moss Deep Space Center, will provide the best view of the shooting stars from the center's lofty viewing deck. We hope you all will take the chance to join. Oh, it sounds lovely. The Leonids, I remember going to see them with your dad 11 years ago when they last passed by. You should march right over to invite that neighbor girl you're friends with. You can't let that pair of tickets you got from Dad go to waste, so take her along. Actually, if it's all the same to you, would anyone mind if I invite Flannery? She seems cool. Huh? Whoa! Are we in sync or what? You know, I was just thinking about you. Okay, new plan. I invite her. She seems nice and crazy. It's great to meet you. It is our first real meeting, right? Yeah, right. That's right. Of course it is. The name's Zinnia, and you... Well, I know all about you. You're Nino, of course. You're the new Pokemon League champion. You're one of those special few who use Mega Evolution to get even closer to their Pokemon now, aren't you? Mer. Oh, I know. I'll leave it alone. Look, I'm stopping. But this sure is a nice place, isn't it? Little return. You know what? Zinnia needs a special voice. And if you've been around this channel a while, those words should probably strike fear into your heart, because you probably know what I'm about to do. I just need to wet my throat first. But this sure is a nice place, isn't it? Little root town. And everybody living here is just so nice, too. Like that neighbor of yours. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to go on like that. We should keep our first meeting short and sweet, don't you think? Until next time, then. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's definitely what Zinnia sounds like. Ow! May, are you okay? Oh, what should I do? What do I do? Oh, Wibble. It's not that big of a deal, Mom. She just knocked me down a bit. Youch! That stings! Oh, Nino! Nino, you're alright, huh? That's a relief. It all happened so fast that I couldn't do a thing, but some strange woman came in my window upstairs. And then she took my keystone from me. I tried to fight her off with my team, but she was really strong. I didn't stand a chance. I think I heard her muttering under her breath as she left, though. Something like, Petalburg's next. If I had a penny for every time a white guy tried to do a country girl accent for a Pokemon character, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happens twice. It's kind of... it's supposed to be like a ditzy California girl accent. It doesn't really translate particularly well, but the effect is the same. It's just supposed to be grating and kind of annoying. Kind of like, you know, just a girl who has no idea what's going on. Like, oh my god, we should totally go to the beach. I heard that's where Brian is. If Brian's there, I want to talk to him because I heard that Katie would think the bad stuff about him, and that's not cool. Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time is probably closest for what I'm actually trying to match, although she herself is also trying to do, like, the ditzy California girl thing. Petalburg's next. Nino, be careful. Alright. Petalburg, huh? So, since we do have a team that basically we can do whatever we want with, whoop. It also means that I can ignore my rule of, my rule of a max party size of 5. So, for the sake of simple convenience, we can go ahead and, add a 5th back to the team. It is kind of crazy that that this game that I was most worried about actually gave us the easiest Elite Four. Well, I don't know if easy is really the right word. It was the Elite Four that had the fewest number of casualties. And that's mostly just because we ended up resorting to desperate boosting tactics. But it all worked. Sure. Replace wing attack. Just for the sake of simplicity, we're just gonna take the whole team up to level 65. I really have no interest in getting walled by any of the post-game content. I kind of just want to steamroll it. I do only have about an hour and a half, or 2.5 hours, to get through all the stuff today. So, you know, I'm really just here to experience the story content again, as opposed to anything else. You know, it's not like I'm going to be able to transfer any of these Pokemon up to use them, so I may as well just make sure that everybody is in a position where they can actually be useful and sort of show off a little bit here. And I hope you don't mind... Ooh, Brave Bird. Yeah, Brave Bird's fun. I'll take that over Focus Energy. And I hope you don't mind if you hear an occasional little snap. I'm eating some sugar snap peas. Very tasty. Good for simple snacking. I don't even know if the crunch of them is even coming through very well. It looks like my various levels of noise cancellation are basically keeping them even below the game audio range, so if they are if the crunching is audible, it's going to be very minimal, at least. Man, Concha put up such an incredible display in the Elite Four. So proud of him. When we get to Brilliant Diamonds starting next week, and we're back on the Nuzlocke rules, we are going to be running with a maximum party size of 4. So it is going to be very restricted, but we are also going to be gaining experience at a pretty quick rate. So that's good. And that's going to be helpful since, you know, I'm actually playing that one on legit hardware, so I don't have access to just piles of rare candies. I decided that, well, honestly, Brilliant Diamond's just going to be easier overall, you know. Legit hardware's easy. I'm not having to balance 2 screens. It's just going to be real nice. I do need to make a badge overlay for Brilliant Diamond, though. I need to get around to that this week. Okay. Everyone is level 65. Hello? You're such a little pain. Shut up and give me the keystone. I don't have it, I tell you. Don't play dumb. I already know you can use Mega Evolution. Urgh! Are you listening? I've been telling you Nito! What the? You punk? Just in time, aren't you? I'm gonna take your keystone first, you jerk. Yeah. No, I don't think you are, Matt. That is why I use the rare candies. Because enemies in the Delta episode are pretty high level. Oh, Hooah! You clown, always getting all up in my business. If it's gonna be like that, I'm off to Meteor Falls. Thank you so much, Nino. That strange man suddenly attacked me, demanding that I hand over my keystone. The truth is, I couldn't give it to him even if I wanted to. My keystone is gone. I left it in the house when I went out, and it just disappeared. What in the world is going on? If someone like that shows up again, I've got to protect my mom and dad. You be careful too, Nino. The entry call app rang on your PokeNav Plus. Hello? Hello? Is that you, Nino? It's me, Steven! Have you been doing well? I imagine you must be quite shocked. This is a communication mode that Devin is still currently developing. It comes installed on every PokeNav Plus. Kinda creepy? I thought I would use it only if I needed to contact you urgently, but it looks as though that time has already come. I'm sorry to ask you this, but I need you to come to the Devon Corporation in Rustboro. There's something I have to talk to you about. In person. I'll be waiting for you there. Psst. My God. Steven wants to ask me on a date. Oh, Steven. Steven, you shouldn't have. Actually, you shouldn't have. I'm not really interested on a date with you. Still, might give me some, clout. Nino, sorry about summoning you so suddenly. It's well known how often my intuition turns out to be right, but I never imagined we would be meeting again so soon. I'm sorry to say it is not happy news that brings us together. This isn't something we should discuss in public. Let's continue this inside. Oh God, he actually is trying to ask me out. After you. Look, opening the door for your date doesn't really work as well when it's an automatic door. Dad, Nino is here. Well, welcome. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? I suppose I'm just getting old. Recently, I seem to forget details just as soon as I learn them. Dad? Oh, I know. I know what you want to say. My, what a hasty, impatient one you are. What are we to do with such an impatient one of our Pokemon League champion? Oh, is that so? So you're the new champion, Nino. Then I guess we'll never break you of that impatience after all, Stephen. Dad! I know. Can't you take a joke? Now then, Nino, I'm afraid that I'm planning to start on a rather long and quite heavy topic. Are you sure that you're ready to take all of it in? Yes. Then I suppose we should begin. Let me first take us back 3,000 years to the days when this story began. There was a great war at that time, in a region far from here. That war was finally brought to an end by a weapon created by one man. And what energy source could power such a dreadful weapon? Do you know? You see, it ran on the life energy of Pokemon. The energy that could be gained by the sacrifice of so many Pokemon. There are surely many people who would call it reprehensible. But my grandfather, the president of Devon before me, said this. Couldn't we use the energy to improve the lives of people in Pokemon? And so he developed our greatest creation here at the Devon Corporation. Infinity Energy. Thanks to Infinity Energy, Devon was able to become one of the top industries in Hoenn and developed into the giant you see today. You may be surprised to learn that the Devon parts you once recovered for us were in fact parts of a motor that would make it possible to power a submarine using Infinity Energy. It was not long before we began to expand our attempts to further human development. Next, we moved into exploring space. The rockets launched from the Moss Deep Space Center using our Infinity Energy. They are the true results of our dreams, our passion, and our technology. But never did we imagine they could end up as the best hope for saving our world. My preamble has been quite long, but we arrive at last at the real issue. That is the overwhelming catastrophe which now approaches us. A huge asteroid, more than 6 miles in diameter, is currently on track to collide with our planet. We have been working together with the Moss Deep Space Sensor, which was first to recognize this danger. We are devising countermeasures that would use our rockets, but in order for these plans to succeed, though, we need a meteorite shard. So that's it. You want him to go get that shard for you. Ha! That's my boy, all right. I knew you would understand at once. It was hardly a deduction worthy of praise. I want you to make your way to the Granite Cave near Dewford. According to our surveys, you should be able to find the kind of meteorite shards that we need there. And you, Stephen, I want you, son, to head for the Space Center at once to start the preparations using that link cable that I gave you. The link cable? So it is to be a warp system. Yes, I understand. But Granite Cave? Ah, I see. The floor where we first met. The floor with the ancient wall paintings. It is true that there were many shards of meteorite scattered about there. It looks as though it's decided then. Nino, I will head for the Space Center in Moss Deep. If I learn anything, I will contact you at once. Though it will end up as another one-sided message like the one I sent you, I'm afraid. Good luck. Stephen, you be careful. Also, Quill, you don't know how happy I am about the Rayman announcement. I'm very happy for you, Cole. I know you've talked about Rayman before, and I know that you love that series. And I will be counting on the two of you to take care of this for me. If you forget just what it is you need to do, come talk to me again. Assuming I remember as well. Ho-ho! Alright. The funny thing is, throughout this whole Delta episode, I want you all just in your minds to assume that there's a team of like 40 legendary Pokemon and various trainers who are all secretly making their own plans to avert this catastrophe, and we just happen to be the ones who get to it first. Like, I would imagine somewhere in Sinnoh, someone is like, you know, getting ready to use Dialga, someone's getting ready for Palkia, other people are summoning gods and demigods. There's some people in Alola who are getting ready to use their technology. I just imagine there's a giant pile of people who all are coming up with crazy plans. Somewhere there's a guy with like 12 Gardevoirs, and he's getting ready to just create a massive black hole that's going to destroy it. Down to 3 super repels. Grew up playing Rayman Origins, playing it with my dad and sis. Those sorts of games are always the ones that are most important to our hearts. Well, seems like it's true. It really is, just like the wall painting there. This one shows Primal Reversion, while that one shows Mega Evolution. I guess that proves it once and for all. Our great ancestors once lived here too. Oh my god! The ancestors are passed down through me the knowledge of how to protect the world, how to avert the threat that will appear from space as long was foretold. From a place higher even than the heavens. Oh my god. Mom? What is it, Aster? Oh. Oh! We do seem to meet an awful lot, Nino. Are you also interested in this old painting? Or are you here for the other? For one of the meteorite shards that can serve as a source of power for the legendary Pokemon that lives in the heavens above? Either way, you know I adore you. That's it, I can't help it, I have to battle you. I'll play nice though and ask first. You're ready to battle me, right? Oh my god, that's my boy, now let's do it. Give me a good taste of everything you and your Pokemon have to offer. Oh my god, love to meet a boy and battle him. It's so fun. She has this, just such like a wild feral stance. It's so crazy. It's really fun. This is interesting. Hold on. Oh well. Let's see. Let's see if Sarah can't handle this. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It was, in fact, the 14th of February. My Valentine's Day series will be starting today. The episode 1 will be coming out in about 3.5 hours. I'm actually really excited for what I pulled off with today's episode and with this year's Valentine's Day in general. So I do hope that you will all be willing to give that a little bit of a watch. I think people will find it entertaining. I wouldn't say you're forever alone. I've been forever alone in my life, and now I've been married over 10 years. It happens to the best of us. Okay. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be a 2-hit KO. I'm assuming you can't drop me with one Dragon Claw. Although that got a hell of a lot closer to doing it than I anticipated. Nice. That was easy. Yeah, that's just what I was looking for. Have some money. Oh my god. Nice, real nice, Nemo. I really felt that one. Full points to you. That settles it. You get this meteorite shard as a reward. Okay. That glittering meteorite that you've got there. It's start getting awesome vibes. I'd keep a tight hold on it if I were you, along with that shard I just gave you. Hey, the actions that you're not taking now, are they based on the ideals you cling to? Or are they based on actual truth? And if they are, how much of the truth do you think you know? Oh my god! Mom? Yes, Mom, moving out. Such a spoiled girl you are, Esther. So what'll be our next stop, sweetie? Yeah, Zinnia's kind of a wild one. I like her. Nino, were you able to find the meteorite shard that we need? If you were able to secure it, could you hurry back to us at the Boss Deep Space Center? I'm afraid we don't seem to have much time left. I'll be waiting for you. Yes, Steven, I know that you'll be waiting for me. I know that you're in love with me. It's not really anything I can help with. By the way, important thing to note, since we're no longer under the restrictions, yeah. That means Mega Evolution is back on the table. Think of it. Oh, dang. I would really like to get a dragon-type move back onto Sarah. But Mega Manectric will be fine for now. There's going to be so much good Valentine's Day content coming out today. People always make fun content for holidays. It's always fun. And before we continue, how is my healing situation? God, I never even used my PP ups. We're good on a lot of things. Hyper potions, 10 of them. Let's also get 10 full restores, a few revives, and then we will spend the rest on max repels. Cool. It feels so wrong buying revives. Can you imagine if at any point Sadie was like, by God, we need the super ancient Pokemon to save the world? Then it'd just be like, ooh, about that. It's dead. It'd be so confused and so pissed off. Hello. You must be Nino. Mr. Stephen Stone told me he was expecting you. This way, please. Professor Cosmo, if I may interrupt you. Ah, Nino, thank you for coming. And you brought the meteorite shard with you. Well done. I was rather surprised to learn that you knew the professor. You really do seem to make connections everywhere you go. Now then, Professor, could I ask you to explain once more about the current plan? Indeed. Please come this way. This is such a great-looking control center. I imagine that you've heard some of the situation from President Stone already. Our current plan involves using the infinity energy within our rocket, combined with the life energy of humans found in Keystones. We will start by artificially replicating the massive energy that is triggered at the time of Mega Evolution. We will fire the energy produced from our rocket into space, and create a warp hole. By creating a warp hole in the path of the incoming meteoroid, we hope we are able to transport it somewhere far away from here. As a matter of fact, this technology already exists and has been incorporated in some of our commonly used devices. I think you know what I mean. Those panels that spin you about and then you come out and then out you come warped to another spot. Looks like I missed a few streams. Hello, Lux. Yes, you missed the conclusion of the Nuzlocke portion of Alpha Sapphire. Today we're just going through the Delta episode, no restrictions, no Nuzlocke rules, just doing it because I want to see the content. I imagine you've stepped on a few such. An audacious plan, and using such technology you would... May I ask exactly where the asteroid will be warped to? Well, we're not entirely sure, but we do have a device that links the warp holes. We've named it the link cable. But there's no need to worry. Based on our theory, we can at least guarantee that it will be sending it away from our planet. However, we've realized that we will need more energy than originally anticipated to control the link cable properly. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but with one more meteorite shard... Nice! So this is the heart of the famous space center everyone talks about. Pretty impressive, huh, Esther? Brr. Excuse me, young lady, you can't just let yourself in here. Oh, where's the heart of it? Don't be such a stick in the mud. Oh my god. Right? Who are you? You're no sightseer. Oh man, we do seem to keep running into one another. You are a busy boy, Nino. Oh my god. Who are you? What are you doing here? Me? I'm Xenia. Just your regular old tourist. Nothing more. Dreaming of taking a little trip into space. Oh, I see. So this is what has come of human technology, and of hope and blood and sweat and tears, and, well, the list gets kind of long and boring, but it contains everything, huh? An interesting choice for her voice. It really is. Every time I give a character this voice, I can't help but see them differently. I know all about it. About just what kind of energy you're using to fuel this rocket thing. The abominable technology humanity first thought up 3,000 years ago, my god. So you're once again planning to claim that this is best for humanity? Or best for the whole darned world? It's a snap of your finger to repeat the sins of the past. Worse if what I overheard is true. This time you're about to commit an error more abominable than before. Tell me, would you rather we sit here wringing our hands, waiting for that meteoroid to strike us? What's up with that? You're a pretty simple guy for a former Pokemon League champion. God, you suck. You'd probably just be, like, replaced by some random dude, probably named, like, Wallace or something. Oh my god. Then I guess I'll hang my hopes on what our current champion will have to say. So how about it, Nino? What do you think? Do you have some better idea? Yep, I've got a great idea. Oh, really? Well, that's promising. You'll have to tell me so we can set these guys straight. Look, I'm not here to criticize the way you guys are looking at this, but I want to be sure you've thought this through well and good. You know, there are necessary sacrifices, and there are also unnecessary sacrifices. What a disappointment. This is the best you could do with all your knowledge and technology. Instead of trying to make something out of nothing, you'd rather repeat the mistakes of the past to right up? No, you're gonna add new mistakes on top. That really takes the cake. You guys need some imagination. Oops. But you were in the middle of a conversation or something, right? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. I guess we'll just let ourselves out then. Come on, Esther. Murmur. Oh my god! Who was that woman? And the way she spoke to us. It's almost as if she came here for some kind of confirmation. And yet, I feel as though I should know her from somewhere. Ah, Professor, forgive me. I believe you were trying to tell us something before that woman interrupted us? Yes. You see, in order to complete the warp hole, we will need another meteorite shard, an extremely pure one. Then should we head to Granite Cave once again? No. The kind of meteorite shard we need this time can only be found at Meteor Falls. Meteor Falls? I see. Perhaps we will learn something there. I will head to Meteor Falls at once. Follow as soon as you are ready. I feel we might discover even more than a meteorite shard there. Alright, Meteor Falls. I feel... Whoops. I feel like I might want to bring my Wailord around, just so I have, like, extra Water HM moves. I can't remember if I have to go through the waterfall portions to reach my objective. Yeah, Feldway, you can go ahead and take a break, Feldway. And you've got Surf, Waterfall, and Dive. Perfect. Nothing could go wrong sending a 40-foot whale out into the middle of a cave. Alright, let's roll. Yeah, we'll just keep the repels rolling. Why not? Do, 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 do. Hello, weird man wearing half of a Pokemon fursuit. I would like to point out that in the Pokemon anime, Bill got stuck inside of a Pokemon fursuit and had to have some kids help him out. Kind of weird. Max Repel. Okay, so where are we trying to get to? Well, there's a moonstone. Moonstone's fun. Doesn't look like there's anything over there. So at the very least, we have to do the surf portion. Yes, okay, we do need the waterfall portion. It's been more than a decade since I last saw this content. I'm just so excited to see it again. Oh, I could have just gone here. Okay. Oh. Cave. I'm a smart. I knew that. Hello. A dragon tamer. Ooh. It is a pleasure to meet you. Alright, Sarah, let's go. Sarah? Show them what you can do. Hell yeah. You're no match for a jet plane, Flygon. Got ya. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, I saw that you sent me something. I'll check it later. Right now, I really just want to focus on this. I assume I'm going the right way. Maybe? I will feel pretty silly if it turns out I'm just supposed to find something outside of the meteor falls. But I can check that real quick just so I'm not hitting my head against a wall for a while. I really don't want to waste any time. Go to Meteor Falls and go deep in. Okay. Is Dragon Claw. Sarah can probably learn Dragon Claw. Yeah, her attack stat's fine. I would be very happy with Dragon Claw on Sarah. And we can take that over Double Team. We're not going to have to run Double Team stacks anymore. Cool. See. Ah, this looks promising. this was not promising. But I did find a thing that allows me to maximize my PP. It's always good to find something that lets you maximize your PP. I guess we'll go up then. No, this is where I was before. Okay, what am I... What am I missing? There's a cave over there. Okay. So it seems like there's nowhere else that this current floor connects to. So we're going to have to take this ladder. And this way has a dragon trainer, so they're probably on the intended path. Alright, let's show off our Mega Manette trick. And hit it with a thunder. Maybe hit it with a thunder. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Good job, Ozomane. That worked out. Ah. Here we go. A couple that's been married for 50 years wants to fight. With Metacham and Hariyama. That shouldn't be too hard to stop. Go Psychic! Hariyama's down. Blubber leveled up. Go, Sarah! Perfect. Nino, we have the meteorite shard. And I have come to understand many things, as I suspected might happen. Allow me to introduce you. The honorable lady you see before you is a descendant of the ancient Draconids. Yes, I am one of the Draconid people. One of those ancient folk tasked with passing down the knowledge of Mega Evolution with the great lore of Lord Rayquaza, who was the beginning of all, if you ignore all those other primordial things that started everything. Since times long gone, Hoenn has repeatedly suffered great disasters. At times, the destruction took the form of a huge meteoroid, which fell upon our land from distant space. At other times, the primal reversions of our own super ancient Pokemon brought us to the brink of destruction. Each time, Lord Rayquaza has saved us from doom. The chosen lore keeper, standing before a stone that shone with rainbow light, offered up a wish to the Great One. And Lord Rayquaza's body was suffused with a brilliant light and transformed. In its transformed state, Rayquaza's power was even more devastating than before, overcoming even the super ancient Pokemon with all their primal power. A rainbow-colored stone, an invocation from the Lore Keeper, and Rayquaza unlike any I've ever seen. I see. It does resemble what we know of the process of Mega Evolution. Yes, it does indeed. A Pokemon, a person, a stone of power, the bonds that tie them together. The transformation of the Pokemon that occurs as a result of this phenomenon was called Mega Evolution by later peoples. So the mechanism for Mega Evolution was discovered as a result of the first meeting between humanity and Rayquaza. But I have one last question. That Lore Keeper you spoke of. The Lore Keeper is the one who has inherited the knowledge and power to summon Lord Rayquaza when disaster imperils the world. The true Lore Keeper of the current generation is the one called Zinnia. The disaster that now approaches our planet as it has twice before. Zinnia has been trying for some time to avert it, in her own way. To draw Lord Rayquaza to our sphere, she joined a certain organization that sought to revive the super ancient Pokemon. She taught them the secrets needed to bring back these threats and summon the great dragon itself. And now it seems she travels the land, scouring the world for keystones. So it was true. As I had suspected, that woman who appeared at the Space Center was one of the Draconids. But I never dreamed she was involved in the attempted revival of the super ancient Pokemon. In full knowledge of the power they held, fully understanding the terrible changes they would wreak upon our world, she still helped bring that situation about? Did she give a thought to the many people in Pokemon whose lives were put at grave risk by her actions? Could she accept the inevitable sacrifice of so many lives in order to protect the planet from the coming meteoroid? Balance must rule this world. History is doomed to repeat itself. While our people have overcome many disasters in the past, it was always through great sacrifice. Yet we have continued to struggle to preserve peace for as many years as we can. That is how we have protected this world upon which we now live. People, Pokemon, all nature, and yes, even you! I do not know exactly what you plan to do, but do you believe that you are not sacrificing anything for your own protection? Zinnia will follow her convictions to the end, even knowing the sacrifices that they will require, even if the sacrificial blade is leveled at her own heart. Is that right? I understand. Thank you for everything. What is this? This vague sense of apprehension. And my intuition has often proven true. I'm going back to Rustboro first. I have to get back to Devon. Okay. Do I have an escape rope? I do. Perfect. Alright. Back to Rustboro. Do 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 do. Alright. For what we have coming next, we're going to put Ozomane in front. No. I don't need another repel right now. Okay. Do 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 do. Oh, wah. What? Ouch. Oh? You're that fantastic trainer who helped me before. Yo, geek. Ah! You've got to help me, please. Whoa. You're that kid trainer I met before. Ugh. You're getting in my way again? Alright, fight time. Alright, Team Aqua Grunt. And discharge. Ooh, sucker punch. Ow. You're kind of a jerk. Nice. Golbat. Hello, Golbat. Goodbye, Golbat. And we win. Am I destined to lose to you all the time? What's wrong, Grunt? What? You again? Fine. Sure, I know I can't win, but I'm going to challenge you for Matt. Well, I'm not really interested in Matt, so, I mean, if you want him, you can have him. You don't really need to fight me for Matt, but, okay, no, sure, I guess we're doing this. Discharge! Does Muck tank a discharge? Muck tanks a discharge really effectively. Alright, well, let's try a Thunder then. Goodbye, Muck. Nice. Sound the retreat! It's only good sense to save my own hide. For Matt's sake! I'm hungry, so I'm going back. Gah! Well, my stomach's ready for battle, 'cause it's rumbling. Alright, well. Sure, I mean, if you want to get into a fight. Yeah, Muck is a lot of junk. Cool. Hello, Sharpedo. Goodbye, Sharpedo. I lost, like I figured. I'm gonna get some food on the way back. Thank you. You helped me again. As my thanks, I'll give you another great... Oh, now is not the time for this. We're in big trouble. Team Aqua stole the control device for the link cable that our company had been developing. It's a special tool called the Dimensional Shifter. The person who stole it was a big man with bulging muscles. What should I do? What do you do? What shall I do? They must have headed for the Moss Deep Space Center. Steven must have gone ahead to the Space Center, but I'm worried. Alright, back to Moss Deep. Let's go, Gilbert. Cool. Do, 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 do. Okay. Don't worry, Space Center. I'm coming to your aid. Let's go, Grunts. Oh man, he picked the all-female crew for this one. Dude knows what he's about. You gotta respect that at least. Teehee. We finally meet again. It's been 3... How long has it been? Nincompoop, it doesn't matter. Brace yourself. We won't let you call us mere quintuplets. Alright, so... I never watched this anime, but I think I know how to handle aggressive quintuplets regardless. So, this battle's actually kind of hilarious. 5 Mighty Innas who all have Intimidate. And honestly, that is hilarious. They also all have Snarl. But unfortunately for them, I have Mega and Discharge. And I've got my own quintuple Intimidate. So screw you, Mighty Innas. That's so satisfying. That's fun. I knew we would lose. I wanted to win in style like the Hoenn Rangers. It's odd. That's strategy. Intimidate 5 times in a row should be invincible. Did you cheat? Nincompoop, stop whining. Matt is on the 2nd floor. It's pathetic, but we can't stop him. Please, please stop him. Your timing is impeccable as always, Nino. Team Aqua, what do you intend to do with that device? You do realize that this is the last hope we have of saving this planet? What was that? What? Last hope? Whoa! I ain't laughing one bit, punk. My bro. My bro whom I loved so much. Are you trying to tell me that everything we've done up till now, the ties that bind us, all of it was a mistake? My bro has changed since he got mixed up with you. How convenient it must be for you to put all the blame on another. Shut it! You know what? That rocket's full of crazy amounts of energy. It's even more awesome than the ultimate weapon that ended the war 3,000 years ago, right? What? If I use this keystone I found at Meteor Falls, I could force the energy inside the rocket to explode! It'd be like mega evolution for the rocket! Mwahaha! Who needs a meteoroid? I'm gonna bring it into all things with my own power. The one who will complete Project Azoth and take the world back to its beginnings is me! Nino, this man is clearly psychotic. Please stop it. This incredible fool really intends to do it. If we don't stop this now, our whole world will be embroiled in the destruction. You are ready to battle, aren't you? Oh yeah, wonderful! Ha! I'm gonna smash you up! This man needs some help. Alright. Mega Discharge. Sorry, Steven, but I've got this under control. Ha ha. Discharge! Huh. I genuinely expected that one discharge to take out the entire group. I think Skarmory survived just because of Sturdy. So, there we go. Blubber gets a level. Good for you, Blubber. And Thunder Monk. Nice, and Skarmory, do your thing. Good work, Steven. There, easy. I knew I wouldn't win, but hey now! What? Oh, dang it. Am I not good enough, bro? Nino, now is our chance. Take the dimensional shifter and... What? Aster snatched the dimensional shifter away from Map. That Pokemon, doesn't it belong to... Nice one, Aster! You're the Draconid, yeah. Or you could just call me Zenya. Aster! Thank you, dear. Now then, that is an impressive machine. Snap your fingers, the asteroid vanishes, and we all live happily ever after? Indeed, it's like that former champ said. This thing is the best hope we have of saving this planet and everything on it. But you know, it could also be the worst tragedy imaginable for some other world and everything on it. What are you trying to say? I'm not talking something I meant. Ugh. But you, Nino? Hope for our world, tragedy for another? You get, don't you? Yeah, I get it. You come through. You never disappoint me. My people know it. From generation to generation, we pass along the lore about the distortions in the world born by the Mega Evolution mechanism, and about the existence of another world, which we have long observed to be just like this one, and yet not the same. That's right. A Hoenn region that's almost exactly like this one we live in, filled with Pokemon and people like us. A world where maybe the evolution of Pokemon took a slightly different path? Where Mega Evolution is unknown? A world where that war 3,000 years ago never happened? A world where the ultimate weapon was never even built? And in that Hoenn of that world? What would happen if one day, out of the blue, a meteoroid appeared? What would happen to the people of that world without the technology to destroy the meteoroid or the power to wipe it away? Looks like it's beyond the power of your imagination. Zinnia crushed the dimensional shifter in her hand. What kind of fool are you? You have no substantive proof, and yet you claim another world, one just like our own, exists? Out of this fantasy, you have destroyed our only hope. What have you done? Farewell, brief hope. Do you even know? Now what are we to do? Calm down there, Prof. It'll be okay. We can protect this world and the other. Who exactly is we? What are your intentions? Oh yeah, silly me. I forgot the other thing I came for. Zinnia snatched the keystone away from Matt. What? And that's the keystone gotten. Now I'll put it together with the keystone they've got in their base. Murr. Looks like my next appointment is calling, so I'll excuse myself for now. Later! Murr! So yes, apparently, canonically, both the Gen 3 Hoenn and the Gen 6 Hoenn both exist in different dimensions. That punk! How dare she try to take my bro Archie's keystone? Not cool, man, not cool. Confound it all. She must be making for Team Aqua's hideout next. Wait, Steven, think. What to do? Well, see you guys. I actually wouldn't mind going through the X and Y post-game on stream at some point as well. Probably just the post-game stuff. Well, I mean, if I'm already going to commit to that, I could just do a quick playthrough of X and Y at some point this year. Because with Pokemon Legends out now, I think a lot of people are meeting Emma for the first time now without really ever having seen where Emma comes from. I'm trying to think. Wasn't the Aqua hideout that cave off the coast of Lily Cove, I think? Anyway, I think the whole Emma and Looker story arc from X and Y is some of the best story content that the Pokemon series has ever done. Like, I think it's really fantastic stuff. And I would be happy to share that with people. But that would be much later on this year. We wouldn't get around to doing that for several months. Okay. So now gotta get through the hideout. Because once I'm done with the Nuz Lockout Marathon, the next thing I intend to do Pokemon related is going to be my first time playthroughs of Gen 7. So I would be starting with Pokemon Moon, and then after Pokemon Moon, I would be playing through Pokemon Ultra Sun. And these would be unrestricted runs. The only special rule I would have running is that I have to retire my entire team, excluding my starter, every time I mean, that game doesn't have traditional gym leaders, does it? I guess every time I clear an island? I don't really know how that game is structured, but... we would have a team retirement rule in effect, just so I get the chance to utilize a wide variety of Pokemon as I play through. And that's really just to experience main story content, since I've never gotten to experience the main stories of Gen 7. But there's probably going to be a break between... I seem to remember it's the one in here. But there is going to be a break after Brilliant Diamond before I go into Gen 7 games. It's just... I kind of need the break at that point. Realistically, it's probably going to take maybe 5 or 6 weeks to get through Brilliant Diamond. Oh. Yeah, I'll take a Max Elixir, why not? But realistically, I've already got like Pokemon stream content lined up that's probably gonna keep me busy through like April. Where... Nope, this isn't it. And I will be honest, I am kind of reaching a point where I'm kind of burnt out a little bit on Pokemon anyway. It is a lot easier now that I'm done with ZA, at least. I mean... Oh, Dark Pulse. That would have been nice to have. I did complete a full Living Dex in Pokemon Legends ZA. I got everything I wanted out of that. I've got the last shiny Pokemon that I need for my shiny Living Dex, so... You know, when in doubt, Path of Greatest Resistance. I am proud to say that at this moment, I do in fact have a full shiny Living Dex. Every Pokemon that has a legal shiny, I have it. It has been a long, weird road, and to be fair, the vast majority of those shinies were just genned anyway. They were just generated. And that's fine by me. I do not care enough to have actually bothered to shiny hunt everything. It is kind of crazy that I've basically been a Pokemon fan for the vast majority of my entire life. It's such an interesting series. Here we go. Is this where I needed to go? No. God damn it. That actually took me out of the entire thing. Okay. Well, let's just speed this up. Volcarona is 15 years old. Yes, it is. Damn. I've already forgotten the exact route that I took, which is unfortunate. Damn it. Alright, come on, man. Cool. That's not it. Honestly, just for my own sake. There we go. Cool. Oh man, but doing like a proper playthrough of Gen 5 again would also be pretty fun. God damn it, why are there so many fun Pokemon games? How dare they? You know, one of the only ones I don't have any interest in playing again, would be, like, Sword and Shield. Okay, this way just led to the Master Ball. I think it only led to the Master Ball. No? Maybe I do actually have to solve that whole thing again. Okay. Alright, is that it? Yep, that's it. Cool! Alright, and the winner is Zenya! Archie, are you okay? Ugh. Well, I'll be keelhauled. How did I get beat by this little slip of a girl? Murmur. Oh, what's that? Aren't you a happy girl after? Just what I'd expect of my daughter! We're so in sync! Ha ha ha! You! Who are you? Who am I? That's a surprisingly difficult question. I couldn't become who I was supposed to be, so who does that make me now? Whatever, right? Enough with the introspection and the soul searching. You don't need to just stand there like a stick in the mud. Come on over and say hi. Oh my god, Nino! You! Scamp! But why are you...
Is it obvious? He's a hero, right? Here to save the world again. Oops, but looks like you're just a bit late this time. If only you'd been here 1 minute earlier. Oh my god.
What? Zinnia grabbed the keystone away from Archie. Archie, hang in there.
There now. I'd say this keystone is mine. We finally got everything, Esther. Mer? Now we can do it. The summoning. We will summon Rayquaza. Well then, looks like my job here is done, so don't mind me while I excuse myself. Nino, I really hope you'll come chasing after me, you know.
It sounds like I need to take Zinnia on that date to the Space Center.
We'll be heading to that ancient tower, sealed since primal times.
The Sky Pillar.
If you don't know what that is, well, ask that former champ of yours. He'll know what I'm talking about. Find me there.
Murr. Oh man, what makes her think she can just do whatever she wants and then hightail it out of here? Little scamp. Fine. Guess it's just fate that you showed up now of all times. Shelly, give it to the kid. She just pulls out a gun. Pop, pop. What? Is that okay? Yeah. What could I do with a Mega Stone anyway, now that I've lost my keystone? I understand. And we get a Sharpedenite. The Sharpedenite. Make sure your Sharpedo holds on to it tightly. I'm taking my power, Scamp. I'm giving it to you. That woman. I don't think she's just any old trainer. Not with the way she controlled those dragon-type Pokemon of hers. I got no idea what she's planning. But I think you're our best bet at stopping her now, little scamp. Do that for me. Alright. Nino, are you alright? Is that right? I never even imagined. The Keystone, the Sky Pillar, and the Draconid people. So that's it. I begin to see the line connecting these dots. I think we need to meet up at once to discuss what we should do next. I'll be waiting at the Space Center, up on 2F. Do hurry. Okay. Hello, Aubrey. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Ugh. It's a pretty nice day today. And here is our shortcut out. We are now very close to the end of the Delta episode. We only have like one big fight with Wallace, I believe. And then after that, it's the Sky Pillar, Zinnia, and Rayquaza. Rayquaza! But first, back to Moss Deep. I do love Pokemon. I love this series. I love this series for what it is. Quirks and issues at all. But also, Sword and Shield were garbage. Those were absolute humiliating low points for the entire series. Like, there was so little substance to Sword and Shield's main game. just... My god, the story... Absolutely terrible. Truly, truly atrocious. The maps... I mean, frickin' what maps? Some of the routes were actually pretty good. They were really good Pokemon routes, but they were so few and far between. Nina, I've been expecting you. Ah, that's it. That woman, that Zinnia, she mentioned the Sky Pillar. Few can enter it. Only the successors of the ancient world who know of what has been. The lore keepers who are tasked with passing on that knowledge to those who come after. Do you remember Wallace, whom we met in Sutopolis? I do. Is that right? That is a relief. The gym leader of Sutopolis, Wallace, should know how to undo the seal on the Sky Pillar's entrance. He is also one of the few humans to have inherited such ancient lore. I will remain here and work with the professor and his team to devise a plan for what to do next. That woman, Zinnia. I cannot put my faith in her. We will think of a new way to stop the meteoroid on our own. Zinnia and the Sky Pillar, I will leave them in your hands. I will send a message to Wallace for you so he knows to help. You will probably find him in the Cave of Origin in Sutopolis. Just in case you don't know where to go, I made sure to paint it in blue text. Sutopolis. My body is absolutely craving water and just moisture today. This happens to me any day after when I used NyQuil the night before. I just wake up feeling rather dehydrated. How do I reach you? There we go. What a glorious turn of events. Is it really? Oh, is it really? To think that this tree, I never knew we had received it from that huge man who visited from the Kalos region. Goodness me, old master. This has been a learning experience. I thank you for this. Oh, you're too kind, Master Wallace. Oh, no, you're too modest. Now then, welcome again to Sutopolis, our new champion, Nino. Stephen has told me everything. Do you wish to go to the Sky Pillar? It is true that the cave that leads to the Sky Pillar can only be opened by the hand of someone descended from the ancient people of Sutopolis, as indeed am I, or by one of the Draconids, who have also lived in Hoenn since ancient times. The Sky Pillar is in fact an altar built for the ascension of Rayquaza, that legendary Pokemon long said to be the protector of the Hoenn region. Only the ancient Draconid people know how to summon Rayquaza to the Sky Pillar. Stephen has told me of the woman Zinnia. She must be trying to revive Rayquaza for some purpose. I shall go first to the Sky Pillar. When your preparations are complete, come join me. The Sky Pillar towers over everything upon one of Route 131's small islands. So this tree was planted or gifted by AZ, huh? Dude definitely got around during his 3,000 years. Which, you know, makes sense. Like, It's absurd to think that AZ spent 3,000 years wandering around dressed as a hobo sulking. Undoubtedly, he had many times during those years when he was just living life as normal as any other person. Undoubtedly keeping an eye out for his beloved Floette, but you can't live that long without getting some kind of a hobby, you know? Or even 100 hobbies. Okay. Oh. Sky Pillar. Up. Perfect. Well, that certainly does make it easier to find. Do. Hello, Wallace. Hello. So you've come, Nino. As you can see, I have undone the seal on the entrance to the Sky Pillar. Follow the path within, and you will reach the pillar in time. However, to go beyond this point, there is one more trial you must overcome. This is my duty as one of the ancient Sutapolitans, a duty passed down to me by my former master. You must battle me here and now. Prove to me that your power is great enough to face what lies ahead. Now tell me, are you prepared? Yep. Then let us begin, champion of Hoenn. You, who should exhibit the most graceful of art in your battle with your Pokemon. I would have you show me your true strength. Yeah, cool about that. Super fast. Discharge. And Whiscash. And Sarah. And Psychic. And Psychic. And Ozobade. And Mega. And Discharge. Cool. And Tentacruel. And Ludicolo. And there we go. We killed Wallace. To defeat me, a descendant of the ancient Sutapolis people, and even when I was holding nothing back. As I have come to expect from you, Nino, you are an excellent Pokemon trainer. The Pokemon that you sent out in that battle, at times dancing as lightly as an elusive spring breeze, yet striking with the sudden surety of lightning from the blue. Watching you command the battle with such ease and grace, even I might succumb to your charm. Now go forth, find the truth that you seek. As one of the ancient people of Sutapolis, I cannot intrude upon this holy place. Quill, Spider-Man is canonically a Mets fan. Sounds about right. I'm sorry that we always seem to be leaving the fate of all the world in your hands. Yet there it lies once again. Good luck to you, young champion. Alright. And with that, we enter the final bits. The finale of the Delta episode awaits.
So you came for me. Thanks for that. That's really good, Nino. I really feel it right here. Mm-hmm. Since you've been a good boy, I think I'll give you something I've been keeping. Look! The paintings that cover the walls of this tower. See, these are the history of humanity, of Pokemon, and of nature itself. They're the tales that have been passed down by my ancestors, the Draconids, for thousands of years. And now I will pass that history and lore on to you. Thousands of years ago, in the primal age long lost, the world was overflowing with natural energy. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre fought over that energy in endless, furious clashes. In the face of Primal Groudon and Kyogre's great power, people could do nothing. Oh my god. The only choice was to watch as disaster upon disaster swept over them. It was in such a time that a great many meteoroids poured from the darkness of space, from a place higher than even the heavens, and the meteoroids fell in their multitude upon a waterfall that had long been home to a tribe of dragon-type Pokemon users. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the first chapter of my tale. I'll tell you the next part of the story on the next floor. Look forward to it. This girl is so convinced that she's the main character. Like, she just absolutely brims with main character energy. I also choose to believe that she fully suspected that doing this might risk her life. As it very nearly did in the manga. In the manga, if you're not aware, Zinnia got impaled by Rayquaza. Like, it's amazing that she was not just killed instantly on the spot. My interpretation of this has always been that Zinnia fully knew, perhaps even expected, that this could end in her death, and that she has sort of coaxed you, the player, along to follow her, so that she can pass the lore on to you, so that even if she dies, you can still carry on as the lore keeper. That has always been my interpretation of the Delta episode. Oh, here you are! Let me continue. It's finally time for Chapter 2. Here we go. At last, right? I know you're thrilled. The meteor shone with a rainbow brilliance, as if some great life was held within. That was when, as if drawn by the brilliance, a Pokemon that shone in a blazing emerald hue descended from the heavens. Oh my god, it was like God. That Pokemon was none other than Rayquaza. Rayquaza's power overwhelmed that of the two primal Pokemon, and peace returned to the world. The people of Hoenn revered Rayquaza as a true savior. 1,000 years after this time, meteoroids once again fell. A huge meteoroid, far greater than any before, struck the planet, boring deep into the ocean and leaving behind it a crater far larger than any other. The land born of this event later became known as Sapphire. And that is it. Chapter 2 is over. But we've only just left the starting line. There's a long way yet. Don't fall behind now. Yes, I truly believe that Zinnia chose to give all of this lore to someone else in case she did not survive what was to come. Now our tale reaches the best part. Sapphire was born from a great meteorite strike. The Great Meteorite was the first of many disasters to befall humanity. When it punched into the planet, the land cracked beneath it, and a great welling of natural energy poured from beneath Hoenn. Thirsting for that energy, Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon once again woke. The people had a wish, a memory from 1,000 years before. They wished that the legendary Pokemon clad in emerald light would appear again. The huge meteorite that lay at the heart of Sapphire gave off a boundless brilliance. In its brilliance, it resembled a vast and powerful keystone. Oh my god. And once again, Rayquaza descended from whence it came in the heavens. The people fell to their knees before Rayquaza and made a wish for salvation. As they did, a great change came over the legendary Pokemon. It was enveloped in blinding light. As the light receded, they beheld a Rayquaza beyond all knowledge. A sublime figure, incandescent, with overwhelming life force, he was like way too OP and we had to like ban him from every tier list. It was so unfair. Oh my god. It was humanity's wish that brought about Rayquaza's transformation in the face of the Rainbow Stone? Yes, a wish. An intangible thing invisible to the eye, yet this wish bound people and Pokemon together, enabling the legendary Pokemon to change its appearance? Doesn't it remind you of something? That's right, it sounds like Mega Evolution, doesn't it?
For all her very kind of laid-back nature, I do think Zinnia takes her responsibility to this lore very seriously. That's why I like her character. She's fascinating.
And how did the story end? After being transformed by the wish of the people, did Rayquaza save them from disaster? Like, oh my god, no, all of humanity went extinct. It totally sucked. Rayquaza once again confronted Primal Goredon and Primal Kyogre. The golden filaments that sprang from its body covered the sky. An emerald brilliance illuminated the area. A terrible wind rose. The wind and emerald light visibly sapped the power from Primal Goredon and Primal Kyogre. Oh my god. Drained of their primal power.
Is it bad I miss Rage Comics?
Yeah, probably not. Drained of their primal powers, the two vanished into the depths of land and sea. Rayquaza watched them go, retaining its unusual appearance. Then it soared back up into the heavens, where it dwelled. A witness to this event, a tall visitor from a distant land.
Oh my. AZ was there to watch it.
Said, "It is the Delta, born of the great disturbances in this world. By the bonds born of mankind's wish and the power of the stones, it will calm the troubles that plague this world." That was when the Draconids constructed their great tower to hold the Rainbow Stone that had granted Rayquaza its power, and to try to get a little bit closer to Rayquaza in the heavens above. To record the history of their trials and the great feats of mighty Rayquaza for all to know, they left behind the murals you see here. Oh my god.
It is kind of insane to think how many historical events AZ has probably been witness to. Like, he's probably seen almost all of them. Which I think is really kind of cool. Like, there is the possibility that AZ has fundamentally shaped the vast majority of major events in the history of Pokemon. It's possible.
A giant tower and paintings of a path. You know, I feel like I've seen something like that recently. But now I suppose it's time for the last chapter in our tale.
I wonder if AZ was there because he was wondering if he could do something to help. Or maybe he merely wanted to bear witness to the end.
At last we reach the final chapter. 1,000 years of peace followed after that disastrous time. But the Draconid people, learning from their long history's cyclical nature, foretold that the meteoroids would fall on this land again. The meteoroid to come, they prophesied, would be far greater than those that had come before it. The meteoroid would be great enough to break the world forever. In order to prevent this calamity, those who held the knowledge of the past arrived at a plan. Their plan was to invoke Rayquaza, the great savior, and summon it to this land before the meteoroid could strike. Oh my god! And that's it. That's the end of the Draconid's tale. I spent a long time thinking about how I could protect the happiness of as many people as possible, what I must do as one who holds both the knowledge and the power, one who bears the heavy wishes of those who could not live up to that fate? Well, I had to be really creative, you know? To be fair, like, I understand most of this, but yeah, your plan was kind of dumb, girl. Like, I respect you for doing what you can, but yeah, this was kind of dumb. How do I get up there? It's not that. Mega Rayquaza time? Indeed it is. Nope, that's not it. Time for that most powerful. Quite possibly the most powerful Pokemon ever made. The Pokemon that had to be banned everywhere, in every capacity, for it was simply too strong. Oh, I can walk on the rocks? Cool. Well, I got Explosion. Oh, there was never any rocks here. See that, Arthur? You always wanted to watch them, right? The lit Leonids. A million glittering stars falling from the sky. Oh my god. The show's about to start. Murmur. Aren't we happy? Yes, what could be better, dear Esther? Haha. Welcome to the Dragon Hark altar. Nino, you know what I'm trying to do here by now, don't you? That's right. I will summon Rayquaza to this world to destroy the meteorite heading for Hun. That is it is our duty. Ever since I was a little girl, I have always turned my eyes up to the sky. When I was so full of uncertainty that I felt my heart might be crushed by it. When I was so grief-stricken and alone, I thought my heart might break from it. I turned and looked up there, so that my tears would never ever fall. What about you? Have you ever had to do something like that? Sure. Right. I used to watch the stars like this all the time, together with Esther. We were always together, in good times and bad. Oh my god. I loved her. I loved her with everything I had. But I still loved her. I want to see her. I want to be with her again. My sweet Esther. Huh? I will, won't I? With this? Just a little longer? See, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, Zinnia brought us here so she could pass on her knowledge before she anticipated her own death. Murmur.
Guess I should say good morning. You slept well, didn't you? It was kind of weird. Like, I was having to have a conversation, and then you just kind of, like, laid down and then slept for, like, 8 hours. It was really weird. Is that something you regularly do? You look so adorable when you're asleep. Sorry about the knocking you out thing. No, never mind. You didn't fall asleep. I just hit you. I'm, like, really stable.
Heard people whining about how the Rayman 30th edition is a remake and it's horrible. It's like, you'll always find people who will complain. The loudest people are often not the most numerous.
Enough. I think it's time I gave it a shot. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. If something happens to me, please take this little one. Okay, here I go. With the bright jewel and borrowed might from the spirits of the departed, through sacred rite and thy great sight, my life as well I offer.
The keystones that Zinnia holds are giving off a blinding light. Okay, so this isn't really even a headcanon thing. No, the game is pretty explicit about the fact that Zinnia fully understands, perhaps even intended, that this would be the end of her life.
And I summon thee to aid this fight and save us from disaster. Realize them upon this world. For this do I summon thee. Oh my god. That's part of the chat. I call thee, oh my god, Rayquaza.
Hey Rayquaza, what's up, man? Kirya, rah, 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 rah. Kiryarasha.
Rayquaza. I did it. I did it. Now the world will be saved after I did it. Got right, Rayquaza. Hear my wish. Achieve your mega evolution. Take hold of your true power. Oh my god. Show me your true face. The Rayquaza that will save this planet.
Zinnia's keystone does not react.
Huh? How can this be? I gathered all of the keystones that could withstand your great power, and summoned you here. You came. And yet, why? Come on, do it! Mega Evolve, do it! Why? Why won't you?
Zinnia's keystone does not react.
What? It can't be. The one without enough power is you, Rayquaza? The meteorites that should lie within Rayquaza's great body aren't enough? Have these thousands years drained them of their power? Oh my god. This can't be. I can't. Everything I've done till now, oh my god, it sucks. After, I can't take any more.
Nino's meteorite suddenly began to glow.
That's...
The glow of Nino's meteorite grew even stronger.
that meteorite? It's just like a megastone.
Here, yar, rah, 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 rah. Rayquaza swallowed Nino's meteorite. Here, yeah. Light is spilling forth from within Rayquaza's body.
Whoa! Swallowing meteorites allows it to store as much power as a megastone. Your meteorite summoned forth the power needed for Rayquaza to mega evolve.
Here,
Ha! It's amazing! Nino, Rayquaza is trying to build up power. It wants power for itself to take you on. Use everything you've got and win over Rayquaza. You have to master it. This is the legendary Pokemon that all human views as a great protector. And the only one who can direct it now is you. You have to do this.
Yeah, in the manga, Zinnia got impaled by Rayquaza. She. I don't think I actually have any quick balls, but it's worth a try. Alright, airlock's active. Do I have any quick balls? Nope. Alright. This might get a little iffy. Okay. We got the paralysis. Let's whittle it down a little more. Okay. And drop a bite. Cool. Let's drop one more bite. Perfectly calculated. And now we're going to Mega before we throw a ball. Actually, I don't think we can. I should have Mega and Quick Attacked, just so we could have hit it with an Intimidate. Nevertheless, it is low enough. Now we're in ball territory. And let's speed it up, because God knows we might be here a while. Blubber, surely you can handle this. Ultra Ball. Alright. Anyway, Cole, what do you want to name our Rayquaza? Our 23-foot-long, 455-pound... That is insanely lightweight for how big it is. What do you want to name the Rayquaza? Name it Noodles. Got it. It looks like budgeting 2.5 hours for the Delta episode was exactly the right amount of time I was going to need. There we go. Noodles has been transferred to Box 1. Rayquaza wishes to join your party. Yes, we are going to send back Blubber.
Is it over? Congratulations, Nino, and thank you. History has chosen you. The truth remains that Rayquaza chose you and not me. But, well, I don't know how to put it into words exactly. I think I understand why. You will be successor to our long history now. And I pass to you the final key to Rayquaza's true power. The move that only it can learn, Dragon Ascent.
Noodles succeeded to the power of Dragon Ascent.
That's it then. I guess it's time that I do my last task as Lore-Keeper. You have obtained Rayquaza's power for your own. Now I will have you prove to me that you can master that power in battle. That is my the final duty of the last Lore-Keeper of the Draconid people. Oh my god. Show me that you can exceed it, the entirety of history that we have clung to until today. Phew. My pulse, I can feel it racing. Yes, I'm feeling totally pumped. Ha! This is it.
It's time for the music. Oh yeah. Alright, Noodles. You know what to do. Behold! Mega Rayquaza! The highest base statted Pokemon ever. This music is so good. Hello, Tyrantrum. Hello, Altaria. Oh! Let's be honest. Eternamax Eternatus is not a Pokemon that has ever been in any capacity under the control of a player, so I do not consider it to count in terms of base stat totals for Pokemon. But you do make me curious about Mega Zygarde. Mega Zygarde is at 778. Nope, Rayquaza still ekes it out at 780. That's actually insane that Mega Zygarde is still two BSTs lower than Mega Rayquaza. That is so insane. Ah, lowering my attack. A clever strategy. Then I will use Dragon Pulse instead. I really love how this fight gives you Mega Rayquaza and basically just begs you to go absolute batshit crazy with it. It's so satisfying.
Just like I expected of you, Nino. I guess it falls to you now. That settles it then. Nino, you should be able to beat that meteorite that's approaching the planet. How old is Zinnia?
I don't know, and I don't know if there's an official source on this. If I had to guess, my guess would be 13 or 14. My impression of Zinnia is that she's the Chuny who's actually got, like, the power and the history to back it up. And it seems like a 13, 14-year-old age range would fit very perfectly for that kind of character. I'm not gonna lie, she could pass off as, like, 17 or 18. She definitely could be older. It's definitely difficult to tell in the graphic style.
Nino, you should even be able to beat that meteorite that's approaching the planet. You and Rayquaza together. I'm leaving the task to you, our new successor. Successor Nino. You and Rayquaza must protect nature, Pokemon, the people. Oh my god, you just happen to have a spacesuit? Holy shit, I forgot about a spacesuit. Oh my god, if I'd gone ahead with my plan, I would have actually died. Wow, that's actually kind of disturbing. Kind of glad that you got to do this.
And this poor Whismer's just like, oh my god, my life is insane and everyone I know is a lunatic. She'd have parried space. She might have just used her Chuny powers in order to delude herself into believing that she could survive outer space. It would not surprise me if she could do that. Go, Mega Rayquaza! That is one of the more impressive feats in Pokemon history, to be honest. However, they did say that it was almost like the meteorite was alive. Hello, Deoxys. Deoxys was the last Pokemon I caught before my 3DS broke, before I lost my Pokemon Bank credentials, before the last time that I had a full living Pokedex and lost it. Anyway, today I don't have to worry about catching this thing, so time to die, Deoxys. I've got like 4 of you in my collection now. No, actually, I have way more. I have all of your forms in my living dex, and I have all of your forms in my shiny dex. I've got a minimum of 8 of you, and I think I have one more in my to-train box. So, yes, I have a minimum of 8 Deoxys in my collection, 4 of which are shiny. So stupid. Mer! Fun fact, Nature Power turns into Draco Meteor in that fight specifically. That is such a fun little detail. That's really cool. You received a letter from Aster. Murmur. I was finally able to bring everything to an end. I thank you for that. I think I'll spend some time now trying to find out if it's also possible to forge a new beginning for something once lost. Until we meet again, Xenia. I really want to see some of these characters in Pokemon again. I want to see something from them again, you know? I want to see what became of N. I want to see what became of Xenia. Like, Pokemon is such a weird setting in that it shows you these tiny glimpses of really interesting and fun characters and just never really gives you anything else about them. It's such a strange thing. And it constantly leaves me in a state of wanting more. And for every little glimpse that Pokemon gives you of the stuff that you're hungry for, it's added another 2 to the pile. New things that you want to see fleshed out. New things that you want to experience. And that can be frustrating, I think. But I think there's also, for me at least, an almost sublime beauty to that kind of storytelling. There's a richness to the world of Pokemon that it refuses to let you get a full picture of, and yet you're constantly seeing new facets of it and forging new connections and meeting new characters and new stories. And I just think that's really interesting. It's one of the things that I love most about Pokemon, in all honesty. It's really weird. I never did turn off cursor from my second screen. Oh, right, I didn't turn it off for second screen because I'd done the demonstration of the how off the touching was. I'm really glad I did this. I'm really glad I got to see the Delta episode stuff again. I'm glad I got the chance to burn this into my memory once more. Because this is just really... this is great stuff. Mom. After. It's over. It's all over. Oh my god. Xenia, my child. Good running. You have worked so hard. It is enough, child. Be done with your burden. Let it go now. For everything, there must be an ending. Only then can there be a new beginning. That is the immutable truth that all living things on this planet, great and small, must accept. We Draconids have seen it in our history, as you have seen it in your own life. Now is the time for rest. Let down the great burden you have borne so long alone, so that you might at last take a step forward toward a new life. Now is the time for rest. Yath! And Dad's home. Kind of weird. You know, there's so many characters in Pokemon who kind of end up having to go out into the world and try and find their way, find their purpose out there, you know? I wonder if they ever find each other out there. Imagine Lysander walking out, standing on a hill. Maybe N is there. Maybe Zinnia is there. Hell. Maybe even, aw, we got our date after all. Maybe even, Volo is there. They just sit around, they exchange insane stories about the ridiculous crap they've all seen, the things that they've done, the things that they want to do. If Volo really is still out there somewhere, he probably met AZ at some point. What do you think happens when two distressed immortals run into each other? Aww. And we got to watch the meteor shower with May. That's cute. I just love this series. There's so much positivity in it. The Pokemon world is batshit insane. They've got teleporters, they've got eldritch gods. Your average walk between two cities could run you into a monster with enough power to decimate a city. It is crazy what kind of stuff there is in the Pokemon world. And yet, there's just this... There's this positivity and this optimism to it that's so satisfying and so wholesome, and I love that about this series. It's almost like anti-Dark Souls. Like, it's this whole world filled with all this crazy shit, and a surprising amount of, like, soft world building and not entirely clear, like, history. And yet, it's all just kind of nice and wholesome, even when it's dark and terrifying and grim. And as long as that's the way things are, I'm probably always going to be a Pokemon fan. Alright. And with that, I think we are finally done with Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Next week, the Nuzlocke Marathon will continue as we start Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. About an hour and a half from now, there is going to be my Valentine's Day series starting. I'm really excited. Put in a lot of work for this year. I hope that people will watch and enjoy it. Tomorrow, as usual, the RPG Maker stream. At some point next week, we'll have our next Banjo-Tooie stream. And, yeah, the Valentine's Day series is probably going to be ongoing, getting daily episodes probably for the next couple of weeks. So, I think that covers everything I had to say for the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for joining me for this. God, it always feels special when I beat a game. It really does. I will see you all on the next one. And it is time, at last, to make the sound to end the stream. Wow, 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 wow.